Today is Friday, November the 12th. It's 8:30 a.m. I just had like the craziest dream. Okay, so like it started off like it was like I could say like a handful of people, so I get 10 people. It looked like they was stuck inside this library. It looked like a library. It looked like they was stuck inside of a library. They couldn't get out. They was trying to get out. And people was just going back and forth, pacing back and forth, on the phone with their family, talking to each other. I didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, like, I heard like this big, like somebody talking outside, like over a loud intercom. And people start looking out the window. And you see lights flashing everywhere and just somebody talking outside. And then, like, I go towards the window and I see, like, these big giant, it looked like, not to be funny, but it looked like that thing in the Squid Games that was killing people in red light, green light. It looked like that. It was probably like 10 of them. And they was all lined up. But they was dressed as judges. I seen one look like a judge. The old school kind with the fake wig on with the curls. I probably have to post a picture. One was dressed in looking like a president. It was just weird. But they looked like that. And it was something talking through them. It was somebody talking through them, but they wasn't inside their body. And they was just talking, but we wasn't I wasn't getting the words of what they was saying. But they was all like in front of the building where we was either stuck at. Like it was a lot of people stuck in the building or something. I don't know. It was weird. And then my dream, like all of a sudden jumped. And I could see like 1,000. It was like more than 1,000, to be honest, but it was a whole bunch of Muslim people. They was standing, it was a whole bunch of them standing outside of a bank. Now, they was standing outside the bank. I don't know, but it was like crazy because everybody was just standing there. They all had on, I seen a lot of them had on black hijabs. I think that's what it's called. They had whatever, the scarf they had wrapped around their face. Some had brown on. That's all I seen. I seen brown and black. It was so like crazy because people in the dream was like walking over them. You see what I'm saying? Trying to get ahead of them. But I'm saying like American people. Like these people, these Muslim people don't look like they was like from America type. But other people like from like, here, like they was being rude to them, being mean to them, just jumping in front of them, walking over them, in the dream. And I'm like, why they walking on top of them people like that? Like they didn't care. It was like a stampede. I'm not trying to say a stampede, but it was like that. Like they was like, they didn't care about them people type. So, I don't think they were standing in line for something. I think they were just standing outside the bank. So I was like, oh no, this is too packed. So I remember hopping inside my car and I had one of my kids with me. And I just hopped in a car and I came to another bank. And it was still like 1,000 of them standing outside of the bank. And I was like, you know what? I need this money. Let me just go up in here and get it. So I walk inside of a bank and it's just empty. And I was trying to figure out, like, why is it such a big line? Like a big line outside, but it's empty as hell in the bank. So I guess I go up to the counter and I don't know what I'm saying to the dude, but he looking at me like, we ain't got no money. You know, I'm type. He looking at me like laughing, like, girl, we ain't got no money up in here. Like, you know, like, can't give you nothing. That's how he looking at me. And I'm like trying to like get money out. And he's like looking at me like, he can't give me no money. So I turned to my website and I'm like, you know, like at the bank, like, it's a glass, but it's like kind of like see-through-ish, but it's not like you can't see through, but you can see somebody right there, like a silhouette of somebody. And I'm looking and I'm just looking and I see like I don't know. I think I asked for the manager or something and I just look and I just see them over there just having sex. I'm going to just say it. Like they really over there having screaming loud sex and I see a woman just screaming. I see the man like just whatever, and I'm like, damn, what the hell is going on in this here? Like, what is going on? like what is going on? That's all I'm asking myself. Like, this is the bank, like, you know. So I just got disgusted and I like look and I'm like, okay, and I just left. And I remember driving, and I'm just like, everybody just trying to like leave. Like I just see a lot of people trying to rush, and I'm just seeing like as me, like I just see like people trying to go to different banks as well. I've actually seen a couple in a car. It was so weird. They stopped like at a place like a Speedy Cash place. I could see the sign, and they like try to stop and get some money, but nobody couldn't. It was like everybody money was on hold or something. I don't know what was going on, but when I woke up out my dream, I asked God, like, God, what are you what's going on? Like, can you break down a dream for me, or like tell me what's going on? And I just sit there quiet and I just heard terrorist. It may be, I was like, oh Lord, you know, I listen to God. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want to sound like I'm, you know, racist because of the Muslim people, and you say terrorists, and all of a sudden I just heard terrorist attack banks. Like, it's going to be a terrorist attack on some banks, or I don't know what's going to go on, but it's going to be something about some Muslim people and some banks. I ain't trying to say anything, but that's what I got from my God. So I've been hearing a lot of people been saying, like, y'all better start taking y'all monies out the bank, stuff like that. I don't know what's about to go on, but that's what I got out of it. If I do come up with something else coming to me, I will definitely share with you guys. But that was so weird to me to see that many people standing inside the bank, but standing in front of the banks, but wasn't inside of it. You see what I'm saying? But they had me and 10 other people inside of this building, and we was stuck like we couldn't get out. And it's just so weird to me. But the people that wasn't Muslim, they was dressed regular, like me. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like a hostage type situation. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, something's about to go down. I'm not saying it now or when it's gonna happen, but I just feel it. Something's about to go down with some banks and some Muslim people. And it's so funny as I'm like talking about the bank, I just hear that song by Swizz Beatz. You ain't got no money in the bank. That song came up out of nowhere.